Okay, so we're going to continue on with this hand, and I'm just going to go into, I'm going to turn off the empty for a minute so you don't see it. I'm going to go into edit mode. You can see there's all these unpleasant, so we need to add the thumb, but these are kind of these crazy unpleasant sort of verts here. So if we go quickly to wireframe mode, we can see that they're not in the correct position. So, and we've got a number of them. 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on proportional editing. I'm going to say connected, and I'm going to go GY, and you can see the whole thing is moving. And that's, I'm just going to change the roll the middle mouse wheel to change the area of influence. So I'm just going to move that up, and this one, and so this is just a starting point. Okay, so we want these all a bit more level. Now there's another way to do that. I can just go C, and I can select that there. I might just do it across the whole back of the hand here, and these ones. And press C again. And now if I wanted to select both sides of the geometry, what I would need to do is click on this little button here so I can see through, but I don't want to do that. I'm only on one side, so I'm going to go SY0. Now that is totally not what we want, but it's a better starting point than what we had, so we don't want these kind of ripples. So I'm going to go Alt-A, and I'm going to do the same here. So I'm going to select the geometry that's basically in the middle, all the way down. And if I catch one or two extra, I won't cry. And C, and then we're going to go SY0, and it's going to be flat, but we can work on that. So I'm going to take these two here and look from the side. I'm going to go GY, and I have my proportional editing tool on here, so I'll make this a bit bigger so I can get sort of the rise on the back of the hand. And then there's going to be a lift at the end of each finger, so I'm going to take that guy and that guy and that guy and that guy. These are kind of the knuckles, so I'm going to go GY and make these a bit smaller. Okay, and this is just to get a kind of a base kind of shape to things. And then normally what you get with your knuckle is, and we'll take these ones here, is sort of a kind of a minor, that one, kind of continuation. So I'm going to go GY of sort of the bone coming back from the knuckle, sort of going back that way. And then it smooths out. And then down here, again, we want to take just a section here. I'm going to go GY, make this a little bit bigger, so it's slightly more rounded. So it's not flat. We could probably come out a little bit further than that. Okay. Now, so that's, you know, not the worst. So let's turn this empty back on, and let's extrude out this thumb. Now we're going to cheat again, so I'm going to go back into wireframe mode, go to edit mode, Alt-A, so we're not selected. So I'm going to go B and select this finger here, and I'm going to go Shift D. I'll move it down here. Now I'm going to view it from the top, and I'm going to rotate that 90 degrees. And then I'm going to turn off proportional editing just for a little bit, and then I'm going to rotate this and see if I can get it to fit into position ever so slightly. So I'm going to take this front kind of nail section here and rotate it, and G, sort of place it there. And I'm going to take that, place it there. So I'm just trying to follow the image and see where kind of the seams in the thumb are. or the creases. And yep, that's not too bad. And we'll take this bottom section here and we'll scale it up a bit. We'll scale it on Z and press G and we'll rotate it a little bit. And then what we need is this bottom rung. And we're going to extrude that to here. I'm going to go SX0 and then scale it up and scale it now just on Z. And then see if we can get this to join. So that's going to require me, I'm going to go back into solid mode. I'm going to turn off the empty so the image isn't in the way. I'll take this vert here and press X, X and delete vert. I can join 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they'll easily join, and that will join with that one with that one. Oh, it might all just perfectly slink together. Now all we need to do is go edge, bridge edge loop. Now we still have a little bit of work to do on this side of the hand, and that is by no means the most beautiful thumb I have ever made or you will ever make, but just for what we're trying to achieve here, we'll so hang on, let's turn back on proportional editing. And we're going to go GY and lift this up a little bit and do the same down here. So, and okay, and then normally you have sort of a kind of a minor sort of indentation right in the middle, and then it sort of rises up again. Actually, maybe we'll do that one. We go GY. Okay. Now, what we should get here, and we haven't done this yet, is we'll take this middle passageway here and go GY. And again, we're trying to round out our hand. So there's a couple of so I'm going to go GX and again this is just in an effort to make it a bit more rounded and less kind of boxy on the side. But maybe, you know, we could do quite a bit here to make this look better, because it's, you know, just, this is phase 1. Okay, so let's have a look at, so we're, you know, it's there. So let's take this hand here and select it all and go U and project from view. And if we go into our UV editing, we can see that that's the hand. Now, that's fine, but we're not going to get very far with that because, you know, we're going to have the nails front and back of the fingers. So let's go back to modeling and look at how we deal with that. So again, I'm going to turn off this image and have a look at the hand. And we've made this with a seam that kind of goes all the way through the middle of the hand. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key and just select that loop that goes all the way around. Now by right I should make this longer because we're actually making an arm, but just for illustration from the image that we have. So I'm going to go Control E, which is the edge menu, and I'm going to go Mark Seam. I'm going to go to wireframe mode so you can see that a bit more clearly, and Alt A. So there's now a red line traveling all the way through the hand. And it basically splits the hand in two. So if I select it all now, and instead of using the project from view when I press the U key. I'm just going to press unwrap. And now when I go to UV image editing, I'm getting a very different setup here. So this is the front of the hand where the nails are, and this is the palm of the hand because there's no nails there. And what we need to do now is, with a bit of patience and a bit of work, is to position these. So I'm going to press L to get that island and go G and move it over there. And press L and rotate it a little bit and move this over to here. Now this is going to take a little bit of work to get everything into the right position. But all the tools that we normally use in the modeling window, we can use in here to push and pull and scale and rotate and loop select and all of that. So so now I'm going to place that there. Okay, and then this should be up here. So we'll get to that then. So we'll try and reposition some of these. So select that there and go G. I'm going to turn off my proportional editing because I don't think it's going to help me here too much. And I'm going to rotate this and press S for scale. And there's no need for you to watch me do all of this, so it's quite a slow process, but you can see what I'm actually doing. So I'm going to select this bit here and move it sort of down to where the crease is, where it should be. I'm going to take this finger here, I'm going to scale it on Y so it's a bit longer, press G and place it here, and then I can literally go in and try and get these bits to correspond to where they should be. So this is the base of the nail in the image as we have sort of modeled them. So it's quite time consuming, so it's going to take me probably 5-10 minutes to do that, and it's not a beautiful 5 or 10 minutes that you will enjoy watching. So I'm just going to do this one finger, and then I'm going to stop the video, and we can come back then when I've got a little bit more done. And you can ponder doing this yourself, but this is a very important part of it. This is the UV unwrapping. And if we get our reference image looking correct here, then it will give us better results in our game. Okay, so that's that finger done. So I'm going to have to finish this one and move them all into position. And then when I finish doing that, I'm going to have to spin this around and position this on the underside of the hand. And when I do that, I'll have hopefully a well UV unwrapped mesh. And then when we actually look at it here in our 3D viewport, so if I very quickly just go back to modeling, go to rendered view, and turn off go back to Eevee. So you can start to see that this is in the right position, and as we start moving all of the verts around, now we have, look, it's too shiny, etc. We can do all that, and it's got no normal map, but we can start to see it taking shape and how it should look. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording, and then when I come back I'll have all of those verts in position, and we'll look at how we will build on it from there.